Hey guys, it's Spacey Sins, and we're back with more Piofiore 1926, and may or may not get Yang's happy ending in this part. I don't know, we're gonna get close anyway. Because we're in chapter 6. I think we only have like one or two side stories, meanwhile stories, whatever, to read. There's no more choices, but that doesn't mean that the route's gonna be like done in an hour or take 3 hours left to do this. I don't know, so we'll find out, but at any rate. Morning arrived, and I quietly got dressed as Yang slept. I heard a knock on the door, followed by Rui's voice. Excuse me, but is now all right? Please, come in. Rui walked in looking somewhat serious. Good morning, Rui. Morning. Do you mind waking Yang up? Wake him up? I'm not sure he will, even if I tried. Hans sent us a letter. Show it to me. That woke him up. I can't wake him up, but the mention of Yuan's name wakes him right the fuck up. I'm just throwing that out there. Yang, I wasn't sure when he woke up, but he was already sitting up on the bed. Rui approached and handed Yang the letter. He broke the seal and read the message inside. Really? Does anyone else know that you've received this? Just the one who received the letter, that's all. Told him to keep it a secret. Understood. I will give you my orders later, and not allow anyone to do anything unnecessary before then. Got it. Rui bowed before leaving the room. God, I forgot for a hot second that Orlok was dead. I'm sorry, did you just want to enjoy staring at this for a hot minute? Good fucking God. You're welcome. You're welcome. Or I'm sorry if now you're all hot and bothered and you need to take a pause and go get a drink. Yang stood up from the bed, looking at me, and said something I didn't expect. Let's go out. Huh? Can't do his voice right now. My voice is very fucked up, I'm sorry. I was surprised to see Yang waiting for my reply. You mean together? Yes. What for? I quickly got myself ready to step outside. After leaving the base with Yang... Yang, where are we going? Where do you want to go? Nowhere in particular. I see. Sorry, I clicked that too fast. Yang held my hand and continued walking. I guess she's confused. Like, let's go out. And she's like, huh? What? Together? In public? What? During the walk, Yang stopped by a food stand and bought a lotus seed bun. It was made with lotus seed paste mixed into the dough to give it a gentle, sweet flavor. I want to eat that. Without saying anything, Yang handed me the freshly steamed bun. For me? Why else would I give it to you? Thank you. He's like being nice, and we're like, wait, you're giving me this? He's like, fucking yeah. Yang then went to another food stand and bought candied sweet potatoes called, I can't read that either, but anyway, called whatever that is. We leisurely walked along as we ate, going nowhere in particular. What's wrong with Mao today? After walking for a while, we finally arrived in front of the casino. Yang turned toward the structure and began to head up the steps. Like, where do you want to go? Nowhere in particular. All right, let's go to the casino. This is your whole goal all along. We're going inside? Yes. I lived in Berlin my whole life, but I had never stepped foot inside the casino. I mean, yes, I know she did in other routes, but then I'm guessing in Yang's route she never did. Okay. I followed behind, a bit anxious of what was to come. A gambling addiction. Welcome to our casino, senor. One of the staff members hurried toward us at the sight of Yang. Forgive me, I don't believe I was informed of your reservation for today. No need. I came here to gamble. Well, that's the purpose of a casino, isn't it? Yang replied without even looking at him and headed straight into the hall. This is where they hold illicit meetings. After changing quite a bit of money into chips, Yang took me to the roulette table. I could sense everyone's eyes on us as Yang took a seat. I didn't know how many of them had seen him here before, or how many had seen an Italian woman in Chinese attire, for that matter. Face. Not however you like. But I don't know the rules. I'll show you. Yang pointed to a round fixture on the table. Over there's a roulette wheel. You need only guess the results. Well, there's a 50% chance of winning by betting on odd or even, red or black, high or low. Dozens is when you bet on a segment of numbers from 1 to 12, 13 to 24, or 25 to 36. Columns is when you bet on a column that also consists of 12 numbers. The rest you can learn later. You can also bet straight or split it if you like, although you will need to be very lucky. Then, maybe the dozen from 1 to 12. What about you, Yang? A double straight, 10 to 15. The number wheel began to spin, and the dealer flicked the ball inside. It bounced here and there for a while until the roulette slowed and... Black 4! Did I win? Surprised by the volume of my own voice, I quickly looked at Yang. I saw a wide smile break across his face. Aren't you the lucky one? Well, what's your next bet? He's not mad at all. Yang tended to be a sore loser in regards to pretty much everything, but perhaps he wasn't too bothered when it came to beginner's luck. Well, I'll try a column then. I can't be like, I've got God on my side because I'm like a little girl from the church because, like, you know, I fucked Yang, so God forsook me. It's horrible as that is to say, it's kind of exactly what happened. Oops, sorry, my cord's all messed up. After enjoying a few spins, we moved to another table. We sat down and tried our luck at poker for a few hands. Bird, stop. 3 of a kind. Aces high. A pair of 8s and a 3 of a kind. 5 high. Oh, a full house. Yang's smile was strangely menacing. Oh, we're gonna pay for this later. We'd played a number of hands, but so far I was ahead of him in wins. Say, Yang, why don't we quit for now? Should we? Very well. Let's finish this. Finish? I'll bet all our chips on the next hand. There was a considerable amount of chips stacked on the table. May I? Again. The usual Yang would have continued playing until he won, but Yang sure is different today. Like, what did that letter from you on say? The final card was dealt as I pondered over what was happening. You're like, I'm scared. Yang had, I mean, isn't this like a sign of a stroke or some shit? Or like something when you have a wild personality switch? Did he have a violent change in personality? Yes. What is it a sign? It's a sign of something bad. It's nothing good. It's never anything good. You know? At last, Yang's hand showed. A 4 of a kind with a joker. Yang gathered the chips and ended victorious. Well, look at that. After collecting our winnings, Yang and I left the casino. For our next stop, he took me to a place I knew very well. The church. Uh-oh, is he leaving me at the church? He was like, I took you out, and now you're going... I mean, he's only going to leave us here temporarily, you know? The daily mass had long since ended, and there was no one inside. Were you planning on coming by the church from the very beginning? Why? Yang was halfway inside the church when he turned toward me in the moonlit hall. I figured I should follow your customs. Your faith is important to you, isn't it? Again, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who are you and what did you do with the actual Yang? Yes? About last night. You gave me your answer, but you didn't ask for mine. I said that I didn't want to lose him, but he didn't say anything in response, and I was left wondering what he was thinking. I did want to know feelings. I did want to know feelings? What? I did want to know his feelings, but I must have instinctively avoided asking him his thoughts because I was afraid of what he might say.
Don't try to hide things from me, Space.
Yang took my arm with a bit of roughness, as though telling me I couldn't escape.
You were raised in this church. I doubt you could lie in the house of your god. I'm not a man of your faith, but I can concede for tonight. I will tell you the truth.
I mean, you do little more than keep me around for your own needs. You avoid the things that we should really be talking about. I can't seem to understand what's going on in your mind. Can't imagine how anxious it makes me feel. You remembered what I said back then? His golden eyes shone quietly in the moonlight.
You may be curious as to what was written inside Yuan's letter.
I am.
He said that he'd forgive me if I handed you over to him.
I mean, what the fuck? Rude. But okay. I feel like she's gonna be like, what? No, why? You know he's not going to. But also, even if we were anyone else and he wasn't in love with us and he was like, yeah, okay. Like, when Yuan's like, hey, let me play with your woman. And he's like, okay, sure, have fun. Yang wants to kill Yuan, so why would he be like, oh, sure, I'll hand over my woman, you forgive me. Oh, right, never mind, I actually wanted to kill you, so what the fuck? I kind of feel like that's just odd. You know, I mean, anyway. I recalled Yuan saying something like that.
As expected from the brat. As selfish as usual. Before I forget, when are you going to lend her to me?
So it's like this, it'd be like Yang being like, oh, alright, sure, if you want to take her for the night. Like, if he didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, this whole thing. But at the same time, Yang wants to kill Yuan. So if Yuan being like, I'll forget everything, just give me your girl. Oh, okay. That doesn't rectify anything inside of Yang where he wants to stab this bitch. So, you know.
What are you talking about?
Don't be a fool. The woman. He was serious? Didn't sound that way.
I received some dubious information recently. The other day I was paid a visit by a priest who shared the details with me about the church. It seems as though they have enlisted Yuan's assistance in killing you.
So that poison back then was...
I believe it's safe to assume it was his doing in response to their request. But the church has decided not to kill you, which means their orders to Yuan have been rescinded.
And yet, Yuan still wants me?
Indeed. Perhaps he's developed an interest in you, or to test what lengths I will go to apologize. A laughable idea, isn't it? It'll not be I who will apologize, but Yuan. I have no intention of letting that man go, although killing him won't be apology enough. And I have no intention of letting you go.
I could feel his grip on my arm tightening.
Yuan also included in the letter that he'll leave if I'm tactless enough to bring other soldiers with me, whether to apologize or to battle. He will also leave if I don't bring you with me. He assumes I'll not be interested in negotiating otherwise.
Yang fixed his eyes upon me and continued to speak in the same serious manner.
I will show you the death of the man who tried to rob me of you.
I mean that? Okay, I'm sorry. That is like the hottest fucking line, like, ever. I'm, like, that is just, I mean, there is, like, I love you, and then there is, like, I will show you the death of the man who tried to rob me of you. Holy shit, that is intensely sexy. That's some hot shit right there. Goddamn. Bra fucking oh, Jesus. That hits so hard in the feels. You're like, oh, I love it. It's sexy. I'm just saying, we had to go back to that for a minute. Understood. I'll go with you. I mean, why aren't you swooning? I'd have been like, ah! Give me a minute. Fan myself after that. And like the intense look on his face. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Look, sometimes we want the man who dotes on you and is wonderful and romantic, and sometimes you want the man who's gonna kill someone else for you. Like, I will fucking kill him because he had the audacity to even ask to borrow you. I'll fucking stab that bitch. And you're like, yeah, I like it. Look, it's just because Yang's trash. So, like, when he's like, I'm gonna kill him, you're like, yeah, that's sexy. He's gonna do it for us. And just the way he said it. Beautiful line. Chef's kiss. Anyway. Seeing me nod, he narrowed his eyes and smiled.
I wish to be rid of you on quickly and leave town without any issues. Would you not like that as well?
How? You mean you'll keep me with you after all this? May I ask why?
Because you're my woman.
His answer was quick and simple, but I could feel the strength of those words from his passionate gaze. It's like, again, this is just Yang for, because I love you, you fucking idiot. He just doesn't know how to say it.
I took you for my own because I wanted you. I have no intention of letting you go until I'm done. No one else will have you. Your life and death will be for me, and only me, to decide upon. You belong to me, body and soul.
Again, it's a really stabby way of telling us how deeply he loves us. But it's like, it's Yang's way of being romantic, and even though when you read the words, you're like, that is not... words. Use your words. Tell me you love me. But that is absolutely super deeply romantic for Yang. So, like, you just gotta take it as who he is and be like, Miss Swoon. This is the, soft romantic swoon. Not the, like, fuck, I need a fan, bitch. I'm sweating. It's hot in here, from the whole sexy, like, I'm gonna kill that bitch because he tried to rob me of you. That shit was just, that was hot. This is, like, sweet and soft and wonderful. For Yang. As harsh as his words sounded, I felt nothing from them but his love. And I mean, you got that, you're like, beautiful romantic music in the background, so that doesn't hurt.
Space, do not hide your desires.
I want to stay by your side. If you left this town, I would follow you. As I looked straight into the eyes I was once so afraid of, I couldn't help but smile. Who knows what you'll think in the future?
Do you not trust my eternal vow?
I don't trust it one bit.
Very well. And then let me tell you another way.
Huh?
I need not fear the day that I lose interest in you. Before that day comes, I'll kill you with my own hands.
Thanks. Not sure if scary or romantic or scarementic. Alright. The words themselves were a death threat, yes. But I told him last night that losing him would be far worse than death. No one would understand me, but no, I think all of us understand that a little bit. It's Yang, and you're like, no, okay. Yang's intentions behind those violent words filled my heart with happiness. This is literally the perfect statement for every trash bando you have ever come across. Like, their intention behind their violent words fill your heart with happiness, and you're like, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna go kill him because he tried to rob me of you. So sexy. Most people would be like, the fuck is wrong with this dude? The hell is this? Again, I can't stop but think of, like, how far I've come with the whole, like, if I played this game, if this was my first Otome game, okay, I'd have been like, the fuck is with this bastard? This is bullshit! And now I'm like, no, I'm here for it. Whip out the cage, motherfucker! You know what I mean? It's just so drastically different. They wear you down. Really do. Tears began to flow without warning. That makes me so happy. You killed someone for me, and you didn't even kill me just so that I wouldn't have to be without you. That's lovely. Yang silently pulled me towards him and licked the tears that ran down my cheeks. That's sexy too, Jesus. It was as if he was telling me that even my tears belonged to him. That's how fucking hard it is to read that when those things are coming up. Boss! Oh my god, it's frozen. Doesn't matter, we have to play these anyway. That brat always killed with a smile on his face, with no patience for boredom of any kind. Perhaps I raised him poorly. And despite my complaints, I understood him. What he lacks is something determined from birth. The same applies to me. I was born without joy. I've never once felt it in the slightest. I could mimic this smile that others do, but a smile would never come to me naturally. In any case, if an end must come, I can only hope it will be amusing for even a moment. Alas, I doubt such a thing will happen. No, Yang's gonna kill you, motherfucker. It was as if he was telling me that even my tears belonged to him. Hell yeah. My guide working yet? Hello? Why is my thing frozen? My tablet. I couldn't stop my tears at all, but Yang stayed by my side the whole time. Oh, okay, that was the last thing, so. We're gonna have our battle with Yuan, and then that's gonna be the end. So I have a feeling that this is, like, probably the last part of his good ending, anyway. The next night, Yang and I arrived at a desolate location outside of town. This was apparently the place Yuan requested that Yang hand me over.
We'll not be bothered here. There are very few obstructions, which means that Yuan designated this location with the intent to fight. If I'm killed, Yuan may kill you as well.
Yes, I understand. My fate would be sealed the moment Yang died. Even if I managed to hide, Yuan would find me. Couldn't be sure what fate had in store. But I feel like the bad ending is going to be like that, basically. I wasn't afraid of dying anymore. There was another life more important to me than my own. Please, Mao, die. I was like, I have no fucking intention. Wasn't gonna die, but now I definitely won't. Moonlight peeked from behind the night clouds. From the shadows appeared the one who called us here. I see you brought her with you, as you were told. Are you ready to offer her up and ask for forgiveness?
Because of your ill-conceived poisoning attempt, I was made to leave her alone for a time. To make it up to her, I promised that your head would roll at the next opportunity.
An unromantic gesture. If I were you, I would rethink your idea of a suitable gift. Actually, no. When he said he was gonna kill you, that kind of turned me on a little. Weird, but that's where we are now. So. Kill him, baby! Kill him for me! Stab him good! We're all thinking it, alright? It's not just me. I must say, it was a shame she did not drink the poison. I never expected that you would fall to it before she did.
And I never expected you to resort to such uninspired means. Time for you to die, Yuan.
Can it be that I have angered you? You would never have died from mere poison. I certainly did not consider it the best method to employ. However, I do have my reasons. The church asked that I killed the woman. The church asked that I kill the woman. Wow, that came out really fucking, like, all sorts of wrong.
You did mention your new friends at the church. To think you've willingly submitted yourself to their god.
We must not jump to conclusions, Yang. Though I was asked to kill her, the church later withdrew their request. It seems they've already lost interest in her. Just like you, they grow bored rather easily. Ah! The difference is Yang hasn't gotten bored with me yet. But the church had, like, what, 18, 19, 20 years, however old we are, somewhere in there. Before they got bored. And I've only been with Yang for a year. So, like, we got, like, at least 17, 19 years, somewhere in there. That's cool. Just saying. What Yuan was saying matched the information that Yang shared with me before. They have little time to waste on useless matters. They have far more enemies to contend with. I admit it would have cost them greatly.
What about you? on. Well, the church has withdrawn their efforts to kill her. You're no longer under their orders.
My response to you is probably what you expect. Since I'm not under any orders, I will kill her for my own pleasure. Johan gave a beautifully cold smile. There was something exquisite about it, yet I still found myself terrified beyond belief. You've always been a rabid dog refusing to be trained, but I'm afraid I've had enough. You've fawned over her for too long now. You are no longer fit to be my toy.
Once again, I have misunderstood. I was never your toy. I've only played along with your games if they interested me. Are you so foolish that you believed otherwise?
I knew you would say that, you brat. In the next moment, Yuan moved within striking distance of Yang before I even realized it. His sword cut through the air toward Yang, who caught it in his double hooks! I'm sorry, I just felt like we should... Can you imagine if I fucking read intensive? With a swift flick of his wrist, he sent it backwards toward Yuan, who only smiled. Super fucking dramatic. Oh dear God. Ah, I see your skills have improved. Yuan swung his sword again, this time forcing itself through Yang's blades to cut him. Ouch. Yang! Perhaps you require more training. After all, it is my duty as your owner to keep you in check. I'll kill you. I have heard you say so enough times now. Let us see you actually accomplish it for once. See, this is where, if I were smart... Well, I can't... Never mind. I was going to be like, I'd have gone to the Visconti, I guess, but they're all dead, so never mind. But I'd be like, I would have a gun and I would just shoot Yuan in the back and then be like, look, I shot him in the leg, he's injured, take him out. You know, help your man out. Knowing me, though, I wouldn't be able to aim, shoot wildly, hit a rock, ricochet, hit myself in the head, and then just die. I'm not saying I'm a good shot, because I'm sure I'm not, but... Yuan's into flirt. I'm an Otome heroine, so of course I'd be a fucking perfect A+ right in the fucking knee. I'm just saying. Yuan sent a flurry of slashes Yang's way, each sharp and powerful enough to take his life. Ah! Stop! Yang parried off most of them, but some found their way to his body, slowly etching their marks upon his flesh. Yang, you live a joyful life, don't you? You feel boredom only because you know joy. You seek the finest in entertainment, whether through women, food, or murder. If so, rather than cling to this impossible dream of killing me, why don't you satisfy yourself with happiness that's within your reach? I know you're loath to listen to others. Everything I have taught you has fallen on deaf ears, but let me give you one last chance. It is time that you grow from a brat into an adult. See reality for what it is. Obey me, Yang. I will give you whatever game and women you desire under my command. I'm sorry, but there is something a little hot about Yuan being like, obey me, Yang. I mean... Oh, wait, you're talking to him? Are you gonna do it, though? It's kind of sexy. This is what these games have fucking done to me at this point. Shit that's not supposed to be sexy is just sexy now. The dark hillside rang with the clanging of metal as their blades crossed again and again.
I see. Quite an interesting offer. Killing the second commander as a start, I suppose. But I've no interest in what's offered to me. I seek to take what I want on my own terms. As a matter of fact, I'd find it far more enjoyable to take the seat of the fourth commander. Yuan, I grow weary of following your orders, even if only as a formality.
Yuan's eerie smile never faded. A shame. I was planning on leaving you at the brink of death as usual, but it seems I need not show mercy this time. After all, you're a nuisance that feels no pain.
Look who's talking!
I've always been fond of you, you know, which is why I extended my kindness to you all these years. But it seems you've made up your mind. You leave me no other choice. push of their weapons, they created space between themselves. I believe you've been waiting for this day since I first took you under my wing. His crimson eyes narrowed. They moved toward each other at once. Yang swung his blades low, targeting Yuan's legs, but Yuan gracefully leapt up to avoid them. As he did so, his blade came flying from above toward Yang's head. Yang barely managed to block it. The strength behind Yuan's blade made Yang's arm shake from the blow. With the same cold smile, Yuan pushed Yang's hooks away and spun gracefully around. There was a flash of his sword and blood began to flow from Yang's body. Yang somehow managed to remain standing, but it was clear that he had lost a good amount of blood. Could you imagine if the good fucking ending for Yang is Yang dies and then Yuan stabs us and you're like, wait. That was the happy ending? I mean, there's like a concern, like you're like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Is it gonna be fine? Because games have done me dirty before and I just don't trust anything anymore. Even if his sense of pain was dulled, death would come to him soon at this rate. What's the matter, brat? I thought you were going to kill me. Yuan relentlessly continued his attack, stabbing Yang in the thigh to prevent his escape. Unable to hold himself up any longer, Yang fell to his knees. It always required a precise amount of restraint, ending the battle without killing you, but the real end has come at last. After all, that is what you wanted. Yuan raised his sword high in the air. Your life ends here, Yang. There was no anger or hatred in Yang's eyes as he looked back at Yuan. Instead, his spirit came through even stronger. The spirit's about to fucking leave his body if he doesn't do something. I'm just saying. Suddenly, I acted without thinking. My body moved on instinct alone. I ran in front of Yang to take the blade in his place. Perhaps Yuan saw me out of the corner of his eye. He indicated no surprise as he slashed his sword down right across my chest. A gasp escaped me involuntarily. As I slowly fell to the ground, I saw... Yang's eyes shimmering in the moonlight. I mean, obviously we're injured, but we're not going to be dead. Although, that's going to be close. A silver arc was drawn with the swing of his hook. I'm either going to die, and then Yang dies, and then we're dead. Or, like, we're going to wake up after he kills Yuan. Oh, okay, I'm just assuming he just killed Yuan. Yang's blade pierced Yuan deep in the chest. See? What we had to do. You could have done this about 10 minutes ago, girl. That was a lot of blood. Jesus. He pulled it out and blood began to pour from the open wound. So, you were able to move. Yuan was still smiling as the blood dripped from the corner of his mouth. His elegant attire was very quickly dyed red from the fresh blood that issued forth. Oh, goodness. As I black out. I will praise you for being so calm in delivering your final blow. Yuan was thoroughly mistaken. I'd planned on striking him the moment he moved in for the finish. So much blood. I suppose this is what life is all about. How enjoyable indeed. Very enjoyable. I was ready to take Yuan's blade and die with him if need be. A fatal blow on both sides. Unlike Yuan, I was particularly lucky. It was possible I could survive any injuries. But seeing her take the hit froze my thoughts. All that happened was that my body reacted instinctively to the situation. How horrible indeed. It seems that fate has rendered me unable to land the finishing blow. But I suppose that's fine. Now. Before long, Yuan went completely silent.
He wasn't my concern anymore. Take my eyes off the person in my arms. CG.
Oh, look at his little shocked face. That's kind of adorable. He always has angry eyes, and this is like shocked, adorable, sweet eyes. Stop. Oh, we're making him kind of shocked and sad and innocent. Even his baby photo was like angry and covered in blood. But this is like the most innocent he's ever looked. Stop it. I love it.
She was covered in blood like a lifeless puppet with its strings cut. Hey, wake up. My mind and my heart were at odds. What happened? What was I holding? My mind refused to accept what I saw.
I'm actually so glad we took the sword for him just to get this soft, touchy look on his face. I can't stop it. It's so cute.
Space. No response. The woman in my arms didn't move. My hands were soaked in blood. I didn't know whose. Stop it. What are you doing? I shouldn't be enough to kill her. No, her wound was much shallower than mine, and yet... How dare you? Who said you could die? I told you. I'm the only one who can kill you. You don't have the right to die like this. I cradled her in my arms and slowly stood to my feet.
Oh, he's gonna trudge all bloody and injured right back to say, so cute. Stop it. Okay. I hate the fact that that's how it fucking ends. I gotta turn the volume off. I also, whoa, good God, my computer volume just decided to like fucking blast. I hate the fact that that is how it ends. You know damn well there's gonna be an after story where we wake up, but like, what the fuck? Brilliant game. You know damn well we didn't die, because that would be so freaking like. I do hate the fact that you can't skip the credits. I think it's because each credit's different because they're going through like the characters that are in this. So like Lon and Faye, if they're not in other routes, their voice acting isn't going to be like put in there. But yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that. Shit. God damn, yo. Um, that's crazy. So I I like the way that ended because, you know, I mean, I'm very distracted by the music that's blasting in my ear, no matter how low I've turned my freaking volume down. Like, I turned my fucking computer volume down, and it is like, okay, I get just like it's distracting me from like talking. No, yeah, I mean, again, there's an after story, and you know we're gonna wake up and everything, and it's not gonna be like Gil's bad end after story where we wake up and we don't fucking remember him because that's kind of bullshit. But yeah. I can't believe that. Damn. I actually I didn't, to be honest, I figured when they ended it that they were going to, like, it was going to be like, we can, not right there, where like all of a sudden it's just the end and then we wake up and like whatever, you know what I mean? I figured it was going to be like, oh, okay, and he took me back and then I woke up and everything was fine and, you know. And yet that's not what happened. We basically fucking died. So anyway, well, didn't die, but you know what I mean. They basically left it, and if they didn't have an after story, you'd be like, "The fuck happened?" But I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, after months had passed, the Lao Shu had set a new course. Oh, we're going to London, motherfucker! Oh, whoops! I hit the wrong button.
What's the matter, Rui? You look pale. You think? Our boss is just the worst. Too bad for you. Yeah. If you really feel sorry for me, why don't you twins do some actual work? Well, our specialty is fighting, you know? Yeah. That's right. Yang, the arrangements for the new base have been set. As for Yuan's men,
Oh, we're Yang. Oh,
With Yuan's death, everyone who had served him were now under my command. As expected, the majority were resistant, some even attempting to defy my orders. I naturally took care of those who wouldn't comply, but who knew what other insurgents remained?
you know what's funny about this though? Wasn't one of the parts in the wasn't it in the earlier part where it was like, oh, well, yeah, granted, if Yang killed the second commander, then Yuan would take that spot instead of Yang. But anyway, Yuan kills the second commander. They basically said, like, oh, you kill a commander, and then everybody that serves him then now serves you. It's like, oh, okay. And then yet this is like, well, fuck Yang. He killed Yuan. We're mad about him. We're not gonna. But that's not the rules. The rules say you have to follow Yang now. You gotta be loyal, motherfuckers. Those are your fucking rules. Those are the Luhan Hu rules, okay? We didn't make them, but that's just, you know what I mean? So, just fuck your rules. Like,
Hey, you killed Yuan, so you're the new 4th commander now, right, Yang?
Poor 5th commander's like, damn it, I'm always just stuck down here.
What are you gonna do with your old seat? Aren't you able to choose your replacement? What are you brats implying? Do you want it? Yep, and I want to be twin 6th commanders. Gimme!
Could you fucking imagine? Please fucking appoint them as 6 commanders. I'd be sad to lose them, but it'd be fucking hilarious.
You do know that if you take his old position, he'll be sent somewhere far away from him. Never mind then. Oh well, it's not like we have time to give people orders anyway. No, time is not the problem. The problem is that neither of you have the skills to lead.
The mainland had been I guess we're Yang. Are we like in a coma or something? It's been months. Are they trying to make us feel like we died? Because, like, there's no fucking way in the happy end we died. That would be fucking bullshit.
The mainland had been pestering me to announce who'd be the new 6th commander. Well, I had no interest in finding a successor. My dreams of killing Yuan since my youth had finally come to fruition, but how boring. My outcome was nothing special. All that resulted was more work associated with the expansion of my powers. Quite a feat how that man's still able to make my life miserable, even after his death.
I just realized that I didn't turn the volume back up. Not that it matters. Sorry. Not that you could hear music if there was any.
What are you doing? Stay in bed.
I knew we weren't dead. But it was just weird how I'm like, they're trying to make you think. I'm fine. My fever's practically gone now. He quietly sat himself down on the bed. Oh my god, are we getting a cute CG? No, of course not. Mao, are you alright? You must be tired from the move.
Who do you think you're talking to?
His tone was as harsh as usual, but his eyes were mysteriously gentle. Yuan died in that battle, and I survived. Had I not been treated so quickly, I wouldn't be here now. After waiting for me to recover, the Lao Shu moved their base of operations. I said farewell to everyone at the church and crossed the sea to this new place. The journey was quite taxing, and I fell ill. I was told that I had suffered a fever when I finally awoke a few days later. So we got a slash across us, and then we're like, I'm okay, and then we wow, we've just been through the ringer. Literally, that's how I feel the last few months. I didn't get, like, stabbed and then get a fever, but, like, I still have no idea why I just randomly fucking feel like I'm having blackouts, so that's just awesome. I have to admit, I'm still surprised. I thought we'd be going to London. Oh, that's true! We're not... When she's like, we crossed the sea, and I'm like, And then I was thinking in my head, oh, Yang was moving to America. So, Jesus Christ, they're just trying to make this, like, fucking Chicago bound, huh? Because we went there with Gil. Now we're there with Yang. I mean, 2 out of 5, so whatever. Technically 6, if you think about it, because we have Henry. Still a lot. It's a third of the time.
Whether it was London or Chicago makes no difference. The spoken language is the same.
I mean, kinda.
Kinda. But a lot of words are different. Still English. But, like, we kind of bastardized that shit, so...
Yang took his seat as the fourth commander and was ordered by the Lu Huan Hu to move to where Yuan was supposed to be assigned. We were using this place as our new base. Rui prepared it a bit differently from Yuan's original plans to better suit the Lao Shu. Well, okay, here's the weird thing. We were assigned to move, but wasn't the second commander the one that was... It's weird, because I swear originally Yuan wanted us to kill the third commander, and then it was the second commander, and I was like, whatever. But wasn't he the one that was moving to America? And then, like, Yuan was in London? And it's very confusing. Because then I just do remember it being like Yuan was prepping us to move to London and then he was going to go to America. But it's like, were you doing that in advance because you wanted us to kill the second commander so the move would... Like, I don't know. Look, I don't know the full logistics. Doesn't matter. But Chicago's further away from Berlin than London. Yang looked at me quietly, and the voice that I heard from him was more tender than I expected. Stop chewing my headset, bastard. Obviously not you, I'm talking about.
I'm here with you. Was that not enough?
Stop it. I love you, but stop. I was astonished to hear Yang say such a thing. I quickly snapped out of my stupor and smiled. Oh, happy as long as I'm with you, Mao. Ow! That hurt! You don't bite me, you're nasty. Yang stared at me as though he had something to say. Space. Yang's fingertips touched me softly. I knew right away what he wanted. But... Wait! Ace. Ahem, I skipped too fast. Yes?
You said earlier that you felt fine.
Yes, I did.
Does your wound still hurt?
It doesn't bother me much anymore, but...
You do know that you're the only woman who's ever made me wait for anything. I've waited for so long, not even buying another woman for my pleasure. Do you understand?
I mean, I appreciate that, I guess. But, like, what a dick move would that be? Like, I had to wait. You were healing for months, so I bought another woman to fuck on the side. Excuse me. I'm gonna throw myself off this boat now, bitch. What the hell? Jeez. You know what? You can keep your dick to yourself for a minute. I threw myself in front of you to stop Yuan from killing you. Maybe that gives me a pass for a little while to let my wounds heal before you fuck them open. Jesus Christ. Sure, you're not gonna be gentle about it. I really don't need my stitches popping, buddy. Jesus. For God fucking sake. Oh, dear God. Yes?
Very well. And then prepare yourself. You owe me that much for keeping me away for so long.
I hadn't shown him my body since that day. He also never forced me to expose myself. Perhaps his consideration meant nothing to him, but I appreciated it nonetheless. And she's probably also like, oh my God, but now I have this horrible scar. And it's like, yeah, but he probably is going to find that, like, so much hotter. He's going to be like, you know, you were hot before, but this is like, woo! Ding, ding, ding. Which is why I had to tell him what was really on my mind. It doesn't hurt much, but there's a terrible scar. The doctor said it would never go away. And Yang's like, have you not ever looked at me naked? Have you ever gazed upon my body and not realized how many fucking scars this man probably has? Of course, I know I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm grateful for it, but I understand it all well enough, but still, I don't want you to see the scar. He was the last person I wanted to show it to. Again, she's got, oh my God, it's kind of adorable, but stupid at the same time. It's kind of adorable because it's like, aw, she's like, I don't want you to see my body all mangled up with the scar, but it's stupid because it's like, listen, woman, you've got scars. We've got stretch marks. We're imperfect. But that's the way women are made to feel, like, oh, I have to be perfect, and I can't show any kind of flaw to this man. And it's like, listen, look at his beer gut, hairy back, and all the scars he's got. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, women have more. I know that there are some men that have a complex about bodies too. Okay, because it's like it's universal, but at the same time, women are definitely made to feel worse about it. Like, oh, you have stretch marks? Yes, bitch. I'm a human being. My skin has adjusted sizes. I'm not like a fucking bug where I just shed my skin off and then I mean, technically we do shed our skin, but you know what I mean. Like, it just expands and decreases and like whatever. But like, so it's kind of cute where she's like, oh, I don't want you to see the scar because I'm like, whatever. But it's also sad because it's like, one, if he gives a fuck, he's a twat. Two, it's Yang. I'm pretty fucking sure he gives no shits and he probably finds it sexier. And I think that should have crossed her mind. You know what I mean? Ace. Sorry, I clicked that too fast. Yang replied calmly without dismissing my feelings or ridiculing them as nonsensical.
There's no reason for me to detest your scar. You remember what I said to you before?
Yang's question jogged my memory.
The sight of a young woman's wound can be quite intoxicating.
But the scar is much worse than you think. Again, you think he hasn't seen his own? My hand unconsciously rose to my chest to hide it from him. He spoke his command in a calm voice, but I knew it was not one to be disobeyed.
That doesn't matter. Show it to me. Do not hide yourself. Your entire body, even your scars, belong to me.
And actually, technically, my scar does belong to you because I threw my body in front of a blade that was meant for you, so yes. I had no other choice. Without looking at his face, I slowly revealed the scar, only to hide it again. But Yang... Well? Did you say something? He's probably like... Oh. I'm just saying.
I won't say it twice.
But you didn't say it once at all. Okay, they had to go and ruin this, which would have been a beautiful CG, with her eye literally being half this. What is fucking wrong with her head? Like, he is goddamn perfect. And everything would be perfect, but like, there is absolutely nothing right about her entire fucking head, her face. It's not even her eye. Even if you cover her eye up, there is something seriously wrong. Okay, no, it's literally her eye. Cover her eye up and the rest of it's fine. Why did they do this? This is what I'm talking. This is the Nicola front-facing effect, okay? Where like everything you're like, oh, the CGs have actually been really good. Oh, here we go. Here's the fucking stupid one. They did this whole fucking thing. And then they were like, oh fuck, we forgot to put an eye on her. And they just picked the stupidest looking one. And then they just like enlarged it 300%. Like, what the fuck? It ruins the whole thing. It ruins the whole fucking CG. What should be a lovely, beautiful CG is just fucking ruined by how stupid her fucking face looks. God. You know, look, I know there are people that complain about, like, the eyeless MCs in other games. It's like, it's better than this! At least if she didn't have eyes, you're like, it's fucking weird she didn't have eyes. But it's fucking weirder that her eye is, like, half the size of her head. Could we fucking... I know that they're always gonna draw the MCs with, like, large eyes, but... This is excessive, okay? This is like we made her eyes large and then we like enhanced. Enhance. Don't stop enhancing it. Okay, stop it. Simmer it down. Back the fuck off. Back the fuck off. Tim, did you do this? Fuck you, Tim. It's always fucking Tim's fault. Got a little fucking crazed. Again, he does the swoopies and the flashies when they're sword fighting, all those little clang fucking image. Those are all, that's Tim. He does a great job doing that, but that's all they should let him do. They should not let him fucking type. They shouldn't let him translate, and they shouldn't let him adjust the eyes. Because this is what we get. So mad. It just ruins it. The whole game is ruined now. But seriously, it's so stupid. He closed his eyes and sealed my lips, preventing me from saying any more. I wish you would close your fucking stupid eyes. His kiss was incredibly gentle, more so than any kiss I could remember us sharing. The birthmark on my chest had been replaced by a scar that connected me to him. I didn't know how long our relationship would last. The vow he gave me at the church that day was one that expressed his ardent love. Something must be wrong with me to feel so happy because of it. Yeah, well... Even so, was truly happy to live every day beside him. I prayed that this would last as long as possible, until the day he finally takes my life. And again, at least you don't have to deal with a breakup. He's just going to stab you. It's cool. Make it quick and painless, though, thanks. Yang's route was pretty good, though. I mean, aside from that last CG. That just fucking ruined the whole thing. All the other times we've gotten the stupid CGs in the middle of the fucking round, and you're like, what the fuck? But this one was like at the end. What the fuck? So stupid. Makes me so mad. We got a lot. Look at all these. Look at all these. Actually, I think... Oh, yeah, the last one or two is probably... Okay, from the... Oh, there's only one version of each Yang one. Really? Oh, yeah, because that one Gil one... Well, that's in the good end. The normal ending. Huh. That one has 3. Well, you know what's really sad? I mean, there's different versions. I was just looking at that, though. Like, some of Orlok's have 2... Whatever. You know, some of Nicola's seem to have 2. Dante's have 2. And then Yang is like, nah, fuck that shit. He gets 1. That's kind of rude if you think about it. Why you gotta hate Yang like that? See, like, I mean, okay. So she's got kind of derpy eyes. They always have saucer-eyed McDerp face, okay? Right? But it's still cute. And you're like, okay, you can get over it. Honestly, her eyebrows bother me more. Like these tiny pencil-thin eyebrows. Like a little bit more eyebrow there. Okay? But, like, you know, for having giant derp eyes, they're fine. You know, you're like, I've gotten used to it to the point where you're like, okay, yeah, her eyes are a little giant, but it works in the CG, and it doesn't take away from it. She looks a little goofy, but, like, the MCs always kind of look like that to me, and everyone's like, oh my god, they're so pretty. I'm like, no, they look kind of fucking derpy. They always look kind of fucking derpy. Like, the eyes should just be shrunk just a teeny bit, and they'd probably be fine, but they're always just slightly too large, and, like, they disturb me a little. You know? Most of the time. Sometimes you're like, but, like, okay. Her eyes are a little bit too large, but still, it looks fine. You're like, alright. Yeah. Still a cute CG. You know, you're not distracted by that, you're distracted by Yang. Like, okay. And this one's good because her eyes half closed. You know? You're like, yeah. Yeah. Hot and intense and covered in blood. I know we were talking about intense baby Yang, but I kind of forgot just how fucking bloody and feral he looks. Oh god, I love how every other one that we've gotten, Gilbert and Orlok, they're both fucking adorable, and you're like, stop it, they're so cute. And then Yang is like, he's kind of cute and a feral, he's gonna, like, chew my leg off kind of way. You know, it's awkward, you're like, it's terrifying, but still kind of cute. I don't understand. And this one, again, because her eyes kind of closed, so it doesn't look as fucking weird. It's when they're open, like, as wide as possible, because it's like, they're already slightly too large for her head, and then they're open wide, which makes it worse. This, you don't really notice that they're slightly bigger than they should be, proportionately, because they're slightly closed, so they look good. They work, you know? It makes the CG really fucking pretty. That's probably the best one in his route. Okay, I lied. I like this one, too, because her eyes are totally closed. And we're totally shocking him. It's actually, this one, the colors are really beautiful, too. The red and the turquoise together. And, like, he's, like, wearing that turquoise color with the red accents. And our dress is red, but we've got that turquoise tassel down there. Oh, my God. Just balanced so perfect. Really beautiful. Okay, I lied. I love this CG, but this might be my favorite, actually. Because, like, the colors just... And then this one's just... Well, we can't see our stupid face, so it's fine. And I just like his, like... This is as innocent as Yang has ever looked! Again! He doesn't even look this innocent as a baby. Because he literally just ripped a man's throat out and he looks feral. And this, he's got sweet, innocent face. And I kind of fucking love that. I love the fact that it's like... This is his innocent face, not sweet baby Yang. No, that's feral baby Yang, and this is sweet innocent adult. Yeah, I can't. I love that they did that. I'm sorry. I just love it. And then there's her stupid eye that ruined what could be a really cute CG. Stupid! Stupid fucking like, her eyes are derpy, but like, you're like, we're used to it at this point. You know what I mean? Or you're like, oh, okay, it's fine. This one is really pretty. And see, she looks really cute here. You know what I mean? I do like that they give us different dresses and all the things like that. Nice touch. Yang always wears the same outfit. We're different. I love this one. I'm not gonna lie. The colors in this one are just spot on point and beautiful. Like, just everything. So, there you go. That was Yang's happy end. And it was lovely. So, yeah. We have to do Yang's bad endings. Well, does he have... I think he has a normal ending. Hold on, let me check. We have... Oh, no, we have a bad tragic... No, that's right. We didn't have any normal ends, did we? No, we have a bad tragic end, which is going to probably be multiple parts the way Gil's was. Because Gil's took like 2 parts and Yang's is the same way. We start in chapter 3, and then we go 4, 5, and 6 are all, I think, separate new chapter. Right? Yeah. It's chapter 4. What's the title of the original chapter 4? No, okay, chapter 4 is the same, so we'll skip through most of that, but then we have chapter 5 and 6 that are new. So, yeah. So, again, it'll be just like Gil's. I don't remember Orlok's taking 2 parts, did it? I don't know. Anyway, it'll take 2 parts because we won't be able to finish the tragic bad ending in one. So it'll be 2 parts for the tragic bad ending / all the other short bad ends. So the second part will finish up the tragic bad ending and then do the short bad ends, which he has. Well, that's so funny because short bad ends, love save file 1, that's bad end 1, love save file 2, and there's a lot of fucking shit that we have to skip through to get to bad end 2. He's got 5 bad ends total. 4 short ones, one of which is literally like 30 fucking choices to go through. So I'm sure it's all just skipping, but that one might take a little bit just to skip. But yeah, so there's 4 short bad ends and 1 long one, but we should be able to get through those in 2 parts. The second one might just be a little bit long, I guess. But yeah. So anyway, we'll start that next time, and then we'll just continue. So we'll have about 2 more parts left of Yang's route, unless for some fucking reason it takes way longer, and then maybe we'll have 3. I don't know. I'm estimating 2 because that's what we usually get. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.